Hello, my small wonders. Are you ready for a story? I'm Tracy, and I've got a Christmas book for you today. This will actually be the last story for Small Wonder storytelling. I know, I'm very sad too, but hopefully it will put you in the Christmas mood and get you prepared for Christmas, which is just next week. This story is called The Snowman and the Christmas Fairies. Shall we begin? The Snowman and the Christmas Fairies. Well, he looks like a cheerful snowman, doesn't he? It was Christmas Eve, and the world was preparing to celebrate. Gifts were being wrapped, decorations had been hung. Even the animals of the forest were collecting supplies for a wonderful feast. But deep in the woods, one little snowman was not celebrating. He was all alone. Poor snowman, look at him all alone in the forest. Long ago, the snowman had given away his red berry buttons, his carrot nose, and his shiny acorn eyes to the hungry animals of the forest. What a very kind snowman! It seems as if he gave away everything he had. But now he was sad and wished that he felt more like himself for Christmas. The animals of the forest saw his tears, and, calling on the magical Christmas fairies, they busied about to see how they could help. That means they all got together and they tried to figure out what they could do to help the snowman. Oh, look at the snowman crying. I wonder how they're going to help him. The fairies didn't take long to arrive.
Poor snowman,
they said.
We'll soon have you feeling festive again.
They fluttered around the snowman. That means they went round and round the snowman, sprinkling him with stardust and singing magical songs. Just then, his friend the white bunny appeared and gave the fairies a bundle of fresh berries. What fine buttons they would make, the snowman thought. I think they would make good buttons, don't you think? As the full moon lit up the woods, turning the snowflakes into shimmering crystals, the Christmas fairies continued to work their magic. For the first time in weeks, the snowman felt alive. He does look much happier, doesn't he? Is that for me? He asked his friend the squirrel, who arrived carrying a freshly picked carrot. The squirrel smiled, and the fairies giggled as they darted about. That means they went here, there, and everywhere very, very fast. This must be my nose, the snowman thought. The queen of the fairies called out to the owl, the snowman's wisest friend in the forest. The owl swooped down as soon as he heard her. Look at the size of his wings. Climb aboard, he cried, and the two flew up into the night. Using the bright moon as their guide, the pair collected the brightest, glossiest, that means shiniest, sprigs of holly from the highest trees of the forest. The snowman was feeling more excited every minute. He had a new nose. And what were his friends up to now? He raised his arms in glee as the fairies and animals bustled around him. That means everyone was busy doing something around the snowman. The owl helped the fairies decorate the snowman with holly, while the bunny watched with delight. That means he was very happy. The squirrel returned, carrying a pair of shiny acorns. These must be my new eyes, the snowman thought happily. He does look very happy. When everyone had finished, they stepped back to admire their work. The snowman was truly alive. His berry buttons, carrot nose, and shiny new acorn eyes made him the most handsome snowman in the forest. Do you think he looks handsome? And he even wore a brand new smile. He was so happy. The snowman thanked his friends for all their hard work. But the work of the fairies was not quite finished. As the snowman and the animals celebrated, the fairies flew to the furthest corner of the forest, to the home of the magical reindeer. The fairies knew just what to ask him for.
"We have one request,"
said the Queen of the Fairies, as she flew right up to the reindeer, whispering something in his ear. Ooh, I wonder what she's saying to him. The reindeer gave a deep chuckle.
"I think I know how to help,"
he said. And in an instant, the fairies and the reindeer were off, flying gracefully across the night sky. The fairy queen pointed out the way.
"Over there!"
she cried, as the group made their way towards the snowman's clearing. That means they were headed right for the snowman. As they flew, the reindeer told the fairies,
"The spirit of Christmas is all about helping one another. The snowman knew how to give, and now you've given him new life, and there is one special gift still to come."
As soon as the reindeer and the Christmas fairies arrived, they gave the snowman one final gift, his very own scarf and hat. The fairies dressed the snowman in his new clothes, while the animals looked on excitedly. As they added their finishing touches, great shiny baubles and streamers fell from the trees of the forest. The snowman looked around in glee. His friends were celebrating with him, and the spirit of Christmas was here to stay. That was a lovely Christmas story, don't you think? Christmas is a time for giving and spreading joy and love to everyone. The snowman didn't have much, did he? But he gave his friends everything he could to help them, and in return, when they saw him sad and alone, what did they do? They all came together to give him back what they could, and boy did they make him happy. Reading all these stories to you, my small wonders, has made me very happy, and I'm so sorry that I have to stop now. I wish I could read you more Christmas stories. There are so many books I'd love to share with you. But unfortunately, it's getting very hard to find books that I'm allowed to read on YouTube for you. So I hope you won't forget me. I certainly won't forget you. And hopefully in the future, maybe I can write my own books and read them to you. Until then, I hope you have a very Merry Christmas. And I hope next year is going to be an even more fabulous year for you and your family. Take care of yourselves, take care of others, and remember to always be kind whenever you can, just like Snowman was with his friends. Merry Christmas, my small wonders. I will miss you very much. Bye-bye.